Hey, today I have two lists for you on review, and the first one here is from New Zealand, and it's from Dave, I believe. Yeah, Dave. He writes a little bit, and I'll read his what he writes here. So, right. Hi, Bo. My name is Dave. I'm from New Zealand. I've been following your vids and comments, which I find very helpful and thought-provoking. If you don't mind, I would like you to check out my 1250 point Gurkha list for V3. I will. I've been trying to find a way to keep Gurkhas relevant. But I did enjoy hand-to-hand, me as well. I miss it, I have to say. And I'm also looking into maybe finding a way to make hand-to-hand relevant still. I think my two aggressive Gurkha units, supported by two Wasps, is the way to go. Direct and indirect HE to soften the enemy up, and anti-tank rifles to deal with low armored vehicles. Suggestions welcome. Right, so let's go and check out what it is that Dave is thinking here. So this is the list. 18 order dice, 12 44. I think 18 may be a little low, but not massively so. And I think one of the places where we could save a few points would be in the platoon commander here. He's veteran, he doesn't need to be, and he's got an extra man, he doesn't need that. If you want to boost your order dice count, keep the tax units as low cost as possible. Also because two veteran dudes running around, they are going to die no matter what, right? Shooting is so good in V3 that you have to hide your officers. Even more so than you did in V2. And then we have the Gurkha sections. I think perhaps submachine guns is a thing now. Could be. But I've also heard the argument that you could go LMG for even Gurkha sections. 8-man is, I think, needed now. You need to have those bodies in the sections. So that is also, I'm also looking at 8 or possibly even 9 Gurkhas in Gurkha units if I'm going to run them again. So that's the two aggressive units. Be aware that you can't be aggressive in the same way that we often were in V3. It's really difficult to get the assaults off. But yes, with Gurkhas you will still win the close combat. But getting the assault off and getting there and not losing your Gurkhas in the process is going to be the tricky thing. Infantry with submachine guns, rifles, light machine guns. I would not do this. This is a place where you again can save points. Figure out if you need more push units, then run veterans with SMGs. If you want backline holders, run regulars with LMG. One or the other. Don't mix and match. And that's the same for both of these units. Even though they're large, 10-man units, I would not use regulars to push forward. These will die really easily. Sniper team, maybe. I'm not completely sold on the sniper yet, but maybe. And anti-tank rifles, though, they are great. 25 points, yes please. With 48-inch range, they can sit outside sniper range and start sniping the sniper, which is really cool as well. Second platoon will be heavy weapons, so there'll be a platoon commander, inexperienced. Yep. Medium machine guns, regular. It doesn't need to be regular. You can buy it inexperienced and still be fairly certain of hitting stuff. Heavy mortar team. Well, okay. It needs a spotter, and does it? It does have a spotter. So double heavy mortars with spotters. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's a way to run them. I would rather save points here, but the heavy mortars are really deadly. Anti-tank rifle, double those. Nice. So that's 3 anti-tank rifles. Love them. Artillery platoon. Yeah, this is a gun line, isn't it? I don't know why you call this a Gurkha list, because this is not a Gurkha list. This is a gun line with a few assault elements, isn't it? So we have an officer here. We have 2 light howitzers. Those are the 25 pounders with the AT shell. Love them. Yeah, they're good. They're good. 65 points, and you can use Now you have 3 spotters because you've got 2 for the heavy mortars, so that's a lot of spotters you can put out and start shooting in directly. If you lose them all very early, yeah, it's a problem, but you probably won't. And then an armored platoon with a Wasp flamethrower carrier and a Wasp flamethrower carrier. Now, I'm not a massive fan of the Wasp, simply because it's 95 points for a armored carrier 7+, that's got a flamethrower, and that flamethrower will run out. And what do you have then? A single LMG, 2 shots. I'm not a massive fan. Yes, it is a stay out of my face unit, but I think you can use the points better than the Wasp. Maybe even like exchange one of them for a Humber or something that has ranged shooting that's a little bit more effective, I guess. Yeah, that would be my suggestions for that. The second list that we're going to look at is from Lucas. Lucas is a Polish player here in Denmark. He is Polish, and this time he sent me a Polish list as well. And he brought Poles to a recent tournament here in Denmark, and I'm not actually sure that this was the list that he brought. He sent it to me beforehand in order for me to review it before the tournament, and I didn't have the time for it. But let's see what he's thinking about the Poles, because the Poles, it's the second army that really lost out on the recent nerf to close combat. So they used to be like a top tier assault army, right? And now, maybe not, because assault is really crappy, right? 18 order dice, 1248. So again, the 18 order dice, maybe I'm wrong to say that it needs to be a little bit higher. We have a regular platoon officer that could be inexperienced for me. And then we have 9 veterans on foot. Yeah, this is the way you have to do it now. You have to have something on foot that can go down and stay at range. I maybe even would equip these with long range firepower if I could. Do they need to be 9-man? Maybe not, but it is a chunky unit that can survive. It's a good push unit. I like him. Regulars, that's again a 9-man unit. I think these should be fewer and have ranged weapons. A marksman, love the marksman for the Polish. Single dude, sniper rifle, love it. It's got infiltrator, yeah. He dies really easily, but yeah. And then light mortars, yes. The UFOs are coming out to play. One of those here. Second rifle platoon. We again have an officer, regular, and then the cavalry. Here we go. Lancers. Yes, add Lancers. So, you've got 8 veterans. Lancers. This is a good chunky unit. It can take the casualties that it's going to take, but it needs the right table. Cavalry now needs line of sight blockers. It needs forests or it needs buildings. Or ruins. You really can't have cavalry on an open table anymore. They will just die to shooting. But if you have line of sight blockers, you can stay behind those, so you can sort of rush out when you need to, and when the enemy's pinned down, yeah, maybe. It's hard, but it can work. Another marksman, another light mortar, yes. And then artillery platoon, we've got automatic cannons here, pintle mounted 360, love them. These can lock down lanes of fire. The enemy is very unlikely to drive into those. 2 of them, oh, sorry, that was weird. 3 of them, wow. Wow, Lucas. For 35 points, so cheap also. And an armored platoon, that's the last bit here. We've got a 7TP with a light AT gun and a coaxial machine gun. Very light tank. Frankly, it's a little bit crap, but it's what the Polish have to deal with. And then here comes what's great though, the TKS. The TKS with the light autocannon, just awesome. Awesome. It's close topped. It's 7+, so you can even tank shock with these. And it's got light automatic cannon with the 2 turns now that all tracked vehicles have. It's really, really good. 1, 2, 2 of the TKSs. I think I would even go 3 TKSs rather, but you know, it's the only light AT gun you've got here, so maybe. Love it. Thank you so much, Lucas, for sending the list here. I hope you enjoyed playing it at Buk. And I know you didn't do terribly well, but hey, Polish takes a lot of work before we make them work. That was it for me today. I will see you in the next video. Cheers.